Here's a little further explanation on some of the things with this pump I made. The reason I have this capped off here on the T, on the handle, is that I want this whole thing to be filled with air. This part of it. All the way down to just above the piston. I want it filled with air so that I'm not lifting all this. If this wasn't capped off, it would be full of water. And I don't want to lift a lot of water up and down for no reason. So that's why I did that. But the thing that I didn't realize is when I did the video is that I told you to put this in segments. Well, if you do that, this particular pipe here, if you put it down in segments, it's going to fill up with water. And then if you cap this off, big deal. You've just capped off a lot of water. So yes, you can put this entire half-inch pipe down there in one piece. I've seen people do it now, and I'm not afraid of it. And plus, that'll trap the air in there like you want. But another thing is, Sam Eggers, one YouTuber, he built one of these pumps, and he trapped the air also. But what he did was he put a T down there and cut it off so that the water would come out of the piston and straight out, out the T, instead of drilling a lot of holes in it like I did. Instead of drilling holes in that pipe, he had it come out the T, which is great. I just cut that off and trimmed it up so it sits in there good. And then he blocked this off with a nickel. He glued a nickel in there. And that's a good way to do it. I think that's a good way to do it. You don't have to drill holes, and that's fine. That works good. But the point is, if you did it my way, you're probably going to end up with water in there if you went down piece by piece. But I put this in one full piece. That's why there's air in it. But if you did it his way, then you wouldn't need to cap this off either. It wouldn't matter. So check out his video. It is in the description box. A link to it is, and anybody can post a video, attach it to this video or the original pump video. Okay, so whatever you got, doesn't matter. Show me what you did, or doesn't even have to be related. But I wanted to add that why this is capped off. So I trap air. So I don't. Now he trapped so much air because he went down so deep that it actually rises up, and so he just ties it down, when he leaves it. I didn't want mine to rise up. I was worried about that, so I drilled a hole in this pipe halfway down in this pipe so that some of it would be filled with water, so it would not rise up. But for other people, if you had a deeper well, I would want that whole thing filled with air, this hole, so it's buoyant. Oh, and another thing. I almost forgot. I mentioned, if you're putting this 1 1/4 in, tie it off with some rope, do it one piece at a time. I would still do it one piece at a time. I got 2 in, you can do 2 pieces at a time, whatever. But if you're going down further than I was, you're going to need to stop the pipe, right? So if you've watched any pump videos, you can build a plate out of plywood or whatever to slide around here that is just big enough for the pipe, but not big enough for the couplings. So it just kind of links. So that's an easier than rope. So I'll just add that to a list of things you could do. And another thing, my little solution, or this idea here to hold the thing down, you could probably come up with like an electrical hub or some other type of hub, which is it's like a coupling, but it has a flare around the bottom. And those are all over the place. I probably should have just got one of those and screwed that down instead. and then use this, still use this rubber thing. That probably would have worked as good. Better even. Whatever. Okay. Have fun, everybody. Yep, still works.